Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the WYW Podcast. We cover all things Weymouth Youth Wrestling. Now here are your hosts, the Wrestling Encyclopedia, Casey Gallagher, and the voices of Weymouth Youth Wrestling, Jonathan Taylor and Nathan Farrar.
The party is back! The Weymouth Youth Wrestling Podcast coming to you once again. I am your host, the Wrestling Encyclopedia, Casey Gallagher, here with my fellow voices of Weymouth Youth Wrestling, Mr. Excitement, Jonathan Caterer.
Hey.
And the main man himself, Mr. Nathan Farrar.
You're goddamn right I'm the main man.
And you have every right to be proud of it. Welcome back. God, I missed you guys last episode.
Don't give me a kiss now, Jesus.
It's kind of a gross kiss.
Yeah. Calm down, Sylvester Stallone.
Yo, Adrian.
I did it!
Anyway, if you guys happen to hear the ventilation in the background, we are actually in the new building of WIW that's actually a couple blocks down the street from the Boston Garden.
Yes, and please do not complain that you hear it, because look,
it's 90 friggin' degrees out.
It's hot as balls out. I really don't. I'm sorry.
It's
all right?
damn hot.
We don't need to roast here.
In any case, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming back and listening to another podcast of Weymouth Youth Wrestling. Let's give a round of applause.
Yay!
That's the sound of two hands clapping.
Here's something that we'll legitimately be excited about. First thing I think we could talk about. Corey Dangerous is out of the damn tournament. What?
Now,
Mean! Woo! By God, Gene. If Gene Okerlund was interviewing me, I'd be the happiest motherfucker. I'd go full Ric Flair.
What did I say was going to happen in that match? What was going to happen? As soon as that Dynamite Destroyer comes out, it's game over, man.
Hit it on the support beam of the ladder.
That is one of the, if not the deadliest move in WIW, because if he hits it on the right spot at the right angle at the right time, he ends a match. It doesn't matter where he's at, it will end a match.
And I hate to be this guy, but I gotta give Corey Dangerous credit. He gave Kyle Weaver all he could handle and then some.
I'd give him credit if he didn't, hire a hitman.
He's a cocky guy. More. He does scummy things, but in match presence, he gave him one hell of a show tonight.
Agreed.
One hell of a show.
One of the best matches.
But my favorite match of the night is, of course, we have East versus West.
Of course. You gotta go for that.
And Sean Maverick versus, of course, Zach Kurosaki was just incredible. But, as I said before, the game ender is as soon as the Titan Punch comes out.
Oh, God.
Because as soon as he conks you with the
Titan Punch into the 12
with the
gauge.
Titan Punch, or known in Japanese as the Kaijin Ken, as soon as this monster hit comes out of nowhere, it is game over.
Yep.
It is game over. You will not last for the rest of the match. He will knock your lights out if you're lucky.
I'm surprised that he lasted the first Titan Punch, but after he hit the Titan Punch into the 12 gauge onto the ladder,
it was done.
It was done.
It was also, however, a star-making performance for Zach Kurosaki, because you have got. This is what you have to bear in mind. This is a man who was not afraid to bust open the Blood Rage Maniac,
and that was the dumbest thing he has ever done. Was piss off the big. He pissed off the big jolly green giant, and this thing went, no. You sit down, little bitch, before I smack you.
Well, here's the thing I consider, though. I feel like it's a huge... If you look at the people in New Japan, and there's a who's who that we could get into that do the exact same thing as Zach Kurosaki's done. As a part of a Warriors code. You could look at Minoru Suzuki, you could look at Kushika Okada, you could look at Kenny Omega. Every single one of these guys, they want the 100% best out of somebody. They don't want to pussy their way through it. They want their full effort, and they want to show, hey, this wasn't a fluke.
Taka Michinoku can attest.
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
The end result was it is a very fantastic match to look at.
We had a fantastic night all around.
Exactly. It was incredible.
And speaking of Taka Michinoku, Holy crap! How?
Don't ask the question.
I don't understand.
How.
I don't. The man came out with a face mask.
I know.
And tape all around his torso.
He was destroyed after the London Devastation attack, and he wins his match. I don't know if it was...
What did he say to him in the ring?
He didn't.
Don't pin me, you effing clown.
Yeah, I had to watch
after
that
back.
back.
He told him to die. He was ready to fight him.
What did he say? Yeah, because I know he's I know he said something in Japanese. I'm an English teacher, not a Japanese teacher, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, of course you don't speak Japanese.
Right?
But
I mean, I know a few Shinto gods and goddesses, but not much beyond that.
dude, coming from you, are you kidding me?
Shine in Japanese means die.
Really? I remember him screaming that.
Die.
When he had him in the Dead Killer. I remember that.
And J Bones almost did die when the freaking...
When that gets applied, you're lucky to feel anything.
And this is without falling, what was that, 20 feet from the top of the ladder?
From the top of the ladder, and Taka moved out of the way at the very last second to hit him with the Michinoku driver on the frame, which got him the 1-2-3.
And first into the broken leg of the table.
Sean Maverick, prepare, dude. I'm serious. And I have never said this to him, but he may really have a challenge against Taka. I'm not even joking.
It's East versus West, but it's a legend versus just a stone cold badass.
And that is going to be one hell of a match to call.
It's going to be hard. We're having a guy who faced and almost beat the World Heavyweight Champion back in the 90s versus a guy who could probably eat the World Heavyweight Champion now.
For breakfast.
When you're 6'4", it's very hard to have men run up to you and start a fight.
Yes.
Especially when you weigh almost 300 pounds and you're mostly a friggin' muscle-bound machine.
And you could turn, his right arm into a tank?
He could turn his right arm into a goddamn gun. Because when it hits you, you're going to hear a loud pop in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You said it. No, I remember specifically. You said right before the match started that his arm's like a V2 missile.
Yep.
Which is probably the most accurate statement.
It's the equivalent of a V2 rocket, because when that thing hits you, your face is gonna fucking explode.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the end result is Taka has a lot to deal with, and Sean has to deal with one of the fastest athletes we have right now.
It's basically a dream match.
It is. It's incredible.
I will attempt to keep my other voice in check for this coming match.
What do you mean other voice? Explain.
Do you not remember the ending?
Right, yeah, you marked out, man.
I almost blew out poor Nathan's eardrums.
Which Jim Cornette gave you shit for in the back later.
Yeah.
Right. I just want to I want to tell the story.
No, we can't. No.
He said it's fine.
Jim
he
said
literally
no.
said it's fine.
Jim said
I talked to the dude. He said it was fine.
No.
Listen, Jim.
He was drinking when you asked him. He's gonna be pissed when he's not drinking.
Oh well, he's already pissed at me anyway.
Now let me tell you something, boy.
Shut up.
You shouldn't even do
One
that.
day, and you're making mocking him. Anyway, the point is,
Because I have the balls to.
When Casey marked out as hard as he did, it wasn't the fact that he was excited per se, because we all get a little excited. My nickname's Mr. Excitement, for crying out loud, but it was the fact that Cornette had his earphones
Tonight you were Mr.
literally on him, because he literally had them on him, and Casey was louder than the entire crowd and almost blew the eardrums off of Jim Cornette. So if you hear Casey's voice modulate, it goes from the very beginning as soon as you start screaming, and then it starts going down. It's because Jim Cornette did it.
No, I didn't.
Did you put your amp to 11? Because you wanted one notch above 10?
Pretty much.
Please. I put my notch at 20.
Anyway, the point is, Jim Cornette, oh my God, I've never seen someone, right.
He was upset.
He was upset. He was upset. He wasn't like Vince Russo ruining wrestling upset, but he was still pretty upset because he was freaking at him. I would say Santino level.
Guys.
He didn't slap him. But he was still pretty mad.
And thank Jesus he didn't slap me.
Guys. I just kind of realized something.
What do you gotta realize? What happened?
Taka's facing Sean, right?
Yes.
He has to deal with the man that launched the ladder 15 feet in the goddamn air.
Oh boy.
By using another human being.
Do we gotta remember though the Michinoku driver that literally almost destroyed 2 people? Chris Foster and J Bones.
Yeah, but
especially when hit on a ladder.
Well, here's the thing. Taka's not going up against a human being. He's going up against a friggin' monster of a man. A nuclear silo ready to launch.
It would physically take a machine to knock him out.
Well, I mean, Taka has been such a machine in the ring for so many years.
I'm not joking. It would physically... You would have to program something to kick his ass in order to beat him. That's the end result.
That's one hell of a hack job.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. Oh, well, speaking of hack jobs... Mark Young.
Dick.
It sucked. Two stars out of 0.
Oh no. Wait, why is it getting over to 0 stars?
Because
your rating system is more confusing than Dave Meltzer's.
Because if he's over 0 stars, that means that there were no stars to begin with.
Okay. Anyway, you're going over 0.
Yeah, but there were.
That means it was average.
But I'm giving him 2 out of nothing. I'm giving him 2 out of nothing.
No,
2 out of nothing.
Unbiased aside.
2 out of nothing is still nothing.
Stop! Stop being in sync.
It's gonna be me. I'm coming down. You're gonna bring that down. You can't ask why.
Jim, Jim, I asked it before on the episode. I screamed it to you on commentary. I'm gonna ask it again. Why the hell you pair me up with these 2 bozos? Anyway.
Hey, you can sit in the back and cry, okay?
I am in the back. I am crying on the inside, you dick.
But only on the inside.
Anyway, speaking of crying, Mark Young, he makes me cry on the inside. Anyway, he advances. It was a damn good match. The match didn't even start traditionally. Can we talk about the fact that they
started in the boiler room, basically.
Except it wasn't a boiler room. Casey.
I thought that they were smoking in the boys' room.
I wish that maybe Mark Young's face could have been looking like a Harvey. What is it? Harvey Dent.
Oh God,
face. I wish.
Yeah.
But you know.
Heads, you die. Tails. What? I have a 2-headed coin. That's stupid.
Anyway,
that's not fair.
That is something Mark would say too.
Oh God, fucking. Anyway, yeah, he won. It was a good match. It's hard to get past my hatred for Mark Young, but if I'm going to try my damnedest, it was. Holy brawl, man!
It was decent.
It was just a brawl.
It was decent.
I think it may have been from the beginning, even before the bell rang to when the bell rang. It was different.
Now, I hate Mark, like the next guy, for God's sakes. I called a hit out on the freaking.
Yeah, you did. Almost got us a lawsuit, thanks.
I know, thank God that actually didn't happen. But the end result is this. I hate to admit it, but he's an impressive athlete when he has the chance to show off what he does. It's just the fact that he's so much bullshit.
Oh, tell me about it.
He can't win a match
by himself.
Through his own honor.
He has the talent to do it.
But
he just chooses to waste it.
I think he thinks that he has to win by any means necessary.
The guy thinks that he's friggin' untouchable. He's unbeatable. Yet I hate to remind him, he has been beat. Corey has beaten him, unless that was some crazy strategy by him to move him up in the tournament.
Stranger things have happened.
Who knows? At this point, I don't know.
Of course, what was the last match of the night? Boys and girls?
Well, we just talked about it. Yes. Yes, the women's. We got to talk about that. How can we forget?
Yeah.
Vera McGarden, the fiance of Michael X.
Dude, she had so much bullshit to deal with.
Oh, boy.
She had to deal with a friggin' tag team all by herself. She was literally in a handicap match.
Yeah, pretty much Alicia and Jen, the Facile sisters. Oh, man. That was a brutal series of moves. Sledgehammer shot into the gut into a Rainmaker clothesline.
Okada eats your heart out.
But
what is life?
The end result is you could see the training take hold. She was able to deal with a crazy situation.
Yeah, no kidding.
She wasn't going nuts. She wasn't going crazy. She was very calm in that match, and that's the important bit.
I actually texted Michael X after that
the night was done and asked him how proud he was.
He was really, really proud. It was great.
Oh.
He's so proud.
Oh.
I'm proud of my pumpkin. I remember chocolate.
I remember. Oh, God. No. Nathan, come on, man. We're middle-aged men. Don't bring SpongeBob into this.
Sweet.
Stop.
Sweet Levy.
Oh, my God.
Oh, okay. No.
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm married. I'm kidding. That's what the wife needs to hear. But in any case, that was an incredible show of talent and athletics.
Yeah, apparently for you as well. Anyway,
Vera McGarden manages to advance past the Vasile sisters, pulls out the Spear of Hades, gets the win.
That was absurd, man. Right through the table.
Absurd is the word. No rhyme intended.
Absurd is the word.
Oh, God, what do I start it?
And, of course,
the double moonsault that took out Alicia. How's your jaw, by the way, Nathan?
I think he's more worried about his gin supply.
By the way, why do I have...
Doctor gave me a very good prescription.
Can you
his name was
please...
Dr. J.
Why do I have sausage hands to you? What about my hands are sausage to you?
Dude, listen, when your hands are like 2 inches from my face, everything looks fucking gigantic. Ask your wife.
God,
anything up close looks big.
Nathan, we don't talk about that. But yeah, it was like...
I'm not gonna ask.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole.
Are you speaking from experience on this?
Yeah. Why are you staring at my dick, dude?
Gotta swing that one around.
Yeah.
It's like you try with your penis.
No wonder you're friends with Jim Cornette.
Yeah, that would probably go a long way.
He's my only drink.
How come we get all the shit, but he's cool with you? Whatever. Anyway.
Christmas is really good when we're both sitting there sucking down eggnog and not really talking. He's like going fishing with the dad. Except you're both drunk on the boat for once. And you realize that fishing sucks. Let's throw the fly catcher in there.
Oh, God. All right, anyway.
There goes the lake.
Beyond that, so... What was everybody's favorite match from this show that we've called?
I'm half and half on two. Honestly, I don't know which one was better. Because Taka and J-Bones was technically incredible. As a technical match, it's perfect. All the way through. It's a hardcore setup, but it's very technical.
Me...
Sean and Zach was something new. We've never seen a big guy try to diminish the speed of a speedster that fast. By the way, I'm no longer calling high flyers. They are speedsters. Because if they can move around the ring like it's a racetrack, they're speedsters.
Agreed.
You sound like
it's gonna be
the Hedgehog, though. Really, speedsters.
Gotta go fast.
Casey, you're not helping.
He helps me because he drinks half of my bottle.
Hey, I've started. I've started too.
Hey, at least
give me some credit.
At least it was called Courage, Liquid Courage.
Hey, at least I reimburse your shit.
And her husband used his bag.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm also half and half on two, and one of them is indeed Taka vs. J-Bones.
It was great.
It's incredible to watch. The legend finally makes his move and waits for the right moment.
It proves one great thing. The younger dog has the bite. Can go with the bigger, older dog.
Absolutely.
It can show that he's got the teeth to keep mashing. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely. But my other match that I gotta go with is Kyle versus Corey.
Oh, it's
fucking
it's
amazing.
A story match.
That is my default favorite. Like, I'm tossed between that and Zach versus Sean. But
finally getting to see a Maggie Daddy man get some comeuppance.
There was just a lot of I feel like that's probably why, because I was so invested to see this motherfucker finally get his just due. And then when he did, just the drama in it, they kick the shit out of each other. I mean,
and I'm not gonna lie, we all had a bit of a, not monetary, well, unless Nathan was betting again on the side, but we all had a bit of a personal stake in that match.
Yeah. So did I. 25 grand of it, and it totally worked in my favor.
Hey, you know what you should do? You should donate. You should donate. You know what you should do? You won, so you go spend 25 grand on a charity. It'll be the best thing that the Maggie Daddy ever did.
Yeah, do you want me to tell you what that 25 grand went straight to?
His liquor.
My beer money! So I drank his career away. Yeah.
I'm gonna start using that.
Oh God, I feel like a millennial. I'm using the term
you 8 Mile boy. Go back where you belong, rabbit.
What does that make you, Roger?
No.
No, he's oh God, what's his name? Bob Hoskins.
Yes.
Anyway,
I'm Billy Joel.
Yeah, well, yeah. You guys check out the episode. It's great.
It's really good. If you want an all-around incredible and impressive show, that's the one I would recommend for right now.
Agreed.
Yes.
Until the next one. Until the next one.
The next one after that. Next one after that.
You know what?
Screw it. Watch everything, and then when Immortal happens, just give me a call. My personal cell phone is beep.
Anyway, we'll be right back. We're going to talk about...
After these messages.
Yes.
After these messages. After these messages.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
We're going to predict the card. We'll be right back. Don't you fret. We will be back. Don't go anywhere. I need a drink.
Labeled one of the best rock bands in recent memory and future rock and roll Hall of Famers, Disturbed are back with their newest album, Immortalized, featuring their hit single, The Vengeful One. Other tracks on this album include Fire It Up, Save Our Last Goodbye, Legion of Monsters, the official WYW Gold Rush quarterfinal theme songs, Never Wrong, and The Brave and the Bold. And the official premiere event, WYW Immortal theme songs, The Light, and Immortalized. Download the full album now on iTunes and on Spotify. Disturbed, Immortalized.
Proudly sponsored by Weymouth Youth Wrestling.
If you guys are into the underground hip-hop scene, please check out my cousin MC Solarwind on YouTube.com, SoundCloud.com, and other social media platforms.
Reason to go on, cause it's lonely on my own. I chose to leave my home, cause I thought that I had grown. My paper stack high, so high, but not cash though. My mind works quicker than most, guess why I rap for? I write lyrics backwards, didn't catch it, hit the fast forward.
You can check out all of his hits from his mixtape Classic.
And it's all real. Underground past the pavement, we be wildin' on the corner freestyling.
To his second mixtape, I Am Solar Wind.
Breathe out, face, breathe in, breathe out, goes, breathe in, breathe out, fire, breathe in, breathe out, focus.
along with all the rest of his music on soundcloud.com/MC-solar-win. Make sure you give some props to my cousin and tell him that James sent you here.
Lately I'm feeling I should stop saying lately. My thoughts is timeless, won't be here if you page me.
Love you, Ty. Keep doing you, man.
Solar wind. Time does not wait. We're standing alone in the darkness. The hour has come to nothing.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Weymouth Youth Wrestling Podcast. We are getting ready for the quarterfinals, baby. Woo! Oh man, the final stop before our first pay-per-view. We gotta get through these last 8 competitors.
No more broken tables. No more spilt gin. No more head trauma. If I get kicked in the head one more time, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Listen. I'm gonna say this now.
Wear a helmet.
How are you guys? Like, how is it? I'm glad.
They're magnetic
At least they're fines.
assholes.
At least they're fines. There have been fines issued, and they have paid them.
For each table.
But why? It's so unnecessary. Like, I get you guys are in the middle of a match, but just watch where you're going. I don't mind if you break a table, even if it's annoying. I don't mind if you spill Nathan's gin, or my gin, or anyone's gin. Fine, okay? Don't kick me in the fucking
John's
face.
one of the camera guys that bums drinks off me, so you guys know.
Yeah, of course they do. But, right, how is it that in the course of 2 episodes, keep in mind, in the course of 2 episodes, you guys have happened to hit Casey, who's in the timekeeper's area when a match is going on, by the way.
I blame Brett Mention. He's a dick.
Yes.
I blame Brett.
Friggin' Nathan Farrar, this especially is a shout out to you women, okay, and myself.
I'd rather be hit by a woman than be hit by a Sean Maverick.
Colleen.
I'm just
Colleen. Great finisher, if I can remember anything of it. Watch where the fuck you swing their feet. Vamp Candy kicked me in the face. Friggin' when Jen Vasile went to do a moonsault, literally kneed Nathan Farrar right in the side of the temple. I had to wake him up, and he was like wondering what the hell happened.
It was the time that we almost lost the camera guy by accident.
Yeah, and like we're losing. We almost lost camera cries. One point, one of you people almost hit one of the members of the pit crew for our table. We kind of need them. Yeah. And then again, as I mentioned, Brett Mention. Well, we know why Brett Mention does it because you're a dick. But still, watch where the fuck you're going. God damn it! Rant over. Anyway.
In any case, we're going into the quarterfinals, which means that we're a step closer to Gold Rush, which means that we are 2 steps from
immortality.
This isn't a fucking Mortal Kombat move. Calm down.
Mortal Kombat. Weymouth Combat.
Don't give Sean any ideas. He will rip somebody's head off.
Oh God! Yeah, we don't need fatalities, please.
Yes, please, no fatalities.
Lawsuit-tality.
You're right. Anyway,
sexual harassment. Lawsuit. Robot chicken. Great.
Okay. Anyway.
Ryu from Street Fighter. Hadouken! Okay, I'm gonna go back to work and fill out those reports.
Anyway, continuing on with what we were saying.
So the first match scheduled for episode 1 of the quarterfinals, unless I am much mistaken.
You might be.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, Owen has issued open challenge.
Or he wants to, at the very least. I caught wind of him talking with somebody in the back. I'm not sure who he was talking to, but I overheard him say.
Talking.
Yeah, he was definitely talking. But I overheard him say that since he's out of the tournament, he doesn't want to be, a lump on a log. So he's decided to go issue an open challenge for the quarterfinals.
Which,
And this isn't just to anyone in WYW, this is to everyone. So who knows?
Anybody on the indies. Anybody on the indies.
It doesn't matter if it's just the indies or any fucking body. It doesn't matter where it's from or who
Dude, if Kofi Kingston shows up and accepts this open challenge, I'm going to laugh my ass off. Because we're going to get the guy who goes, "New day," versus the guy who's like, The Boyd Man.
The Boyd Man.
Look who it is. What birds?
I mean, Kofi Kingston is one of Owen's favorites, so... I mean,
then Colt Cabana shows up and we're like, dude, what the fuck is this?
Boom, boom. Boom drops in stereo. Anyway. No.
Lights up! Turn up the radio!
But no, yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Colt Cabana actually legitimately could. Independent contractor. A true independent contractor, by the way.
I don't think he fucking does roofs. He's not an independent contractor. He's just an independent
You would
wrestler.
be surprised. Everyone's an independent contractor.
Independent,
I said.
And you said, never mind.
I said, I didn't say independent.
Right now, boy!
Anyway, who gives a shit? So anyway, yeah, Owens issued an open challenge. We have yet to know some of the rumor names that have answered the challenge are Alberto El Patron, and I've heard of formerly Billy Kidman might, but this is
That'd be.
But
up and he botched the moonsault. Up and he botched the
come
moonsault.
on.
Up and he botched the moonsault.
No, the shooting star press.
He botches everything.
But the shooting star press. Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry,
you make
Billy.
fucking breakfast.
Sorry, Billy. Well, now he's definitely not going to.
Good.
Anyway.
I didn't hear him breaking an athlete's neck because he can't aim straight.
What? Dude, we've gotten kicked in the face by women.
Yes.
Because they can't watch where they're going.
But I'm replaceable.
I got speared through a barricade. Anyway, no offense, women. It's not your fault. Just watch where you're going.
You're gonna get some LGBT member right on your ass.
That's always. It wouldn't be the first time. Anyway.
Social justice warriors.
Anyway, well, no, I don't mean any ill will. The women's matches have been incredible. Especially as triple threats. Oh my god, best decision ever.
But,
anyway.
Yeah,
Owens issued an open challenge.
Yes.
Those are some of the rumored names.
Except for the one that you haven't talked about yet.
What is the other one?
The other one is Ramel Tsunami.
Ramel Tsunami, if people remember, he fought Kyle Weaver at a Pro Wrestling Super Show back in 2015.
And
it was one of the best matches on the show, actually, I heard.
He's my pick for right now. Because,
but we'll see.
Oh my god.
But we'll see. It could. Another person I'm hearing is Santiago Rafael. If people don't know him from AAA, holy shit. He's fucking one of the best luchadors in the game right now, and it would be great.
He is the raging fire of Mexico.
Another huge name on the independent circuit right now that might challenge is former Ring of Honor World Champion Jay Lethal.
Ooh. Oh, and you're forgetting about the German athlete.
Oh yes,
Edward von Krause.
Yes.
Oh god.
And the last name being the former Damian Sandow.
Are you serious?
Yes, Aaron Stevens.
We're serious.
Might. These are rumored names. I'm not saying it's anything to go by. Aaron
Jim
Stevens,
just has to
obviously.
sign the paperwork on somebody who's willing to do it at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, obviously he's going to want him to join this. I mean, all these names are huge.
I wonder what Markiplier has. I wonder if Markiplier has much of a say in this.
Probably.
Don't worry about that.
But anyway, that being said, oh no, he's not.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, him and Jim Cornette do work on contracts.
Which one signs more paperwork and which one just does Let's Plays? While in the office, by the way.
Which I think is awesome.
Hey, listen.
Which I think is awesome.
I get it, but you got to remember this. Markiplier is Markiplier, but there's another YouTuber. I mentioned Kofi Kingston. His friend, frickin' what's his name on YouTube, Austin Creed.
Yeah,
does the same thing. So
yeah, up, down.
You kind of can't really judge here. I mean, it would be kind of hypocritical in a way.
In any case, you get an open challenge, and we have a list of athletes that have. 50%.
Markiplier, you do not sign Jacksepticeye. No.
Oh, please.
Not happening. And by the way, that's not a rumored name. I'm just giving Markiplier shit. I love you. Anyway.
You're going to sleep with the guy, too?
And then,
What's with you?
And then out of nowhere, he hires Connor.
Oh, God.
It's Connor from CyberLink.
No. Anyway.
And on that note, moving right along.
But yeah, that's a match. That will be happening, maybe. We'll see. Another person that may be a part of another match that will be added will be episode 2, Kuzan Robinson versus John Gray.
Oh, John's got it. Oh, Oh boy, I have not seen a strategist this quick.
Yes.
In anything. Mark can even give him the hat on this one for fucking that coup that he was able to stir up in that one match is insane. He was able to get all of his boys ready to go to take out one guy.
We'll see how it goes.
In a second after the match ended, ready to go. But Kuzan's got a problem.
Yeah.
He's got to fight a guy who created a match type for WYW.
The cell block.
Yeah, he's going to have a very bad day.
Especially if John Gray
decides over the
decides...
limo again with this fucking monster truck.
Oh God!
I still don't know how he paid that off. I think he stole it. It would not shock me.
Well, that's another problem. Why? Why do you do this? Anyway, that's beside the point. That's going to be a match on episode 2 of the quarterfinals, not episode 1, but those matches have been added to each episode. So we have even 4 matches. Obviously, there's the rest of the two tournaments to go. There's the final 2 matches of the Athena Championship tournament in round 1, and then it goes into the semifinals from there. And then we also have the quarterfinals of the Gold Rush tournament. So we're going to go through each match in order, one by one, as they are on the card.
And we'll give our predictions of how they'll win.
Yes. So the first match on this card will be...
If it's Kyle, it's 50.
James Archangel... And this is how they have it in order, by the way. James Archangel versus Brett Mention. I'm going with James Archangel all the way.
I gotta go with James.
I'm going with James. He is. Listen to why.
No, I'm not.
Brett Mention.
I have the opposite pick for once. This guy put away an athlete easily. He put Johnny the fuck away.
Don't remind me.
I have to put it out there. You know I hate it as well, but I have to put it out there that no other guy has taken an athlete, not out of the tournament, out of the friggin' company, with 2 fucking moves? 2 moves only to do it?
Yep.
I hate to say it, but yeah. He's a wild card. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to pick Brett on this one.
Well, Brett mentioned maybe
I got to one and punch him in the fucking face.
Well, hey,
you can't touch him.
Well, hey, Brett mentioned maybe a wild card, but you watch closely because James Archangel is gonna.
He's pissed.
I'm not disagreeing.
Pissed, and he is ready to cut the entire deck in half.
But remember, money can make anybody do anything.
Money can make a man do crazy things.
Money will never outpower revenge.
Absolutely.
Especially when it's someone that he cared about as much as I did.
I have to be the one, because if we all say one person, it's not fair. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, okay, they're all going with it.
Fine.
Don't make
for this. I have to pick Brett because that goddamn elbow has put away a lot of people very quickly.
Yeah, which, by the way, he is not allowed, thank God, it's the only other rule that's been made, no elbows to the post from this point forward. It's actually a barred thing in WYW now.
Of course.
That actually almost crippled Johnny.
Of course, if you think that's going to stop Brett.
No, remember, dude, that skull-crushing finale right onto that ladder could just be the end of it.
We'll see.
He just needs one good shot. Remember, any of these matches can end in one good lucky hit. That's how every one of these matches has gone so far, is that one lucky hit to knock somebody out. It hasn't been just pinfalls. These guys have become unconscious because of some of these hits.
I'm going to say this right now, and I'm not jumping ahead. I'll talk about the match when we get to it. But Kyle, James, you guys are the last 2 that need to take out the Maggie Daddy men. You 2 better send them straight to goddamn hell because they deserve to go there.
And now we come to the women's match.
Yay!
You want to take us through this bad girl, Nathan?
Oh, why is it always me?
I'll do it if you don't want it.
I got it. So we got the...
I know more about these women than a lot of other people.
Yeah, that's true. And I have...
And do not take that out of context! Anyway.
totally taking it out of context.
Fuck you.
Hey, when you
Anyway,
say
no.
don't take it out of context,
So
you gotta
right.
take it out of context.
Oh, of course they. Yeah, because Murphy's Law always has to happen.
Yeah, Murphy's a dick.
Yes, he is. He's such a dick.
Anyway, so
Murphy was a goddamn liar. Speaking of liars, Rachel Stump is no longer in WIW, sadly. She has been cut.
I heard the locker room talk says she lied about her age.
yes,
She is 16.
yes.
She lied.
Yeah,
about her
I don't
age.
need that lawsuit. Look,
She said that she was 22, and that was a complete lie. We had to go through a lot of documentation. It took a good couple weeks to get all that stuff through. And at the end of it, yeah, she lied about her age.
I'm just glad I'm just glad she's not in jail for fraud. To be honest,
I'm honest.
On top of the matter of the fact that there were things found on her possession that we will not discuss. We will just leave it alone. We will just leave that alone.
I will say this: thank Jesus we did not have a mass transit incident.
Yeah, well, that's
the last thing I needed.
Yeah,
that's the last thing any of us needed.
The
We would have been shut
positive
down.
is that she did not move forward in the tournament because, sadly, as contract would have upholded, she would have to stay in the company till the tournament, where she was either eliminated from the tournament and/or became champion.
Yeah. So last minute replacement. I'll run through this match now, so that people understand where we're at now. Right. So because she lied about her age, Jenna Lee is replacing her, and so the match is now Jenna Lee versus Joanna Ramos versus Brittany Mahomes. So this is going to be interesting because. First off, Joanna and Brittany used to be tag team champions over in Shine. So that's going to be interesting.
What a company name.
Shine Women's Wrestling?
Shine. It's like, I don't know, just weird, but continue.
Yeah, but yeah, Women's Wrestling, they were tag team champions at least 3 times there until Joanna, what a shock, wanted to go for a singles career and decided to beat the crap out of Brittany Mahomes to do it. So they've been feuding for a while. As far as Jenna Lee is concerned, Jenna Lee is a part of the. She claims to be the leader of the Sparkle Army. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing.
I'm not getting behind that movement.
But she seems like a really cool girl. She's down to earth, and I can't wait to see what she does. So, good luck to Jenna. I got to be honest. I really don't know much about her in ring wise.
I wonder what her finishing move is. Do you think she just goes, you wish that you could defeat me? Pocket sand. It's like, what the fuck?
It's not like. No, she's not a magician.
You now have stripper pops.
She's definitely not the magician from back in the frickin' early 90s. Mid 90s. But anyway, that's going to be an interesting match. I don't know.
I got Joanna.
I'll pick the wild card in Jenna. I don't know why. I'm just going to go with Jenna. See what she's about.
Joanna's going to eat these little bitches like they're nothing.
Yep.
She's going to stop a mud hole super hard.
Is that how you feel, Casey?
Well, Brittany Mahomes has nice hair, but that's about it.
Well now, what? Your gayness is showing. She's nice hair.
I mean, I want to know where she gets it, dude.
I want to touch it. It seems soft, like snow.
Oh my god.
It's cold as my heart. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Well, at least you admit it.
The chin does a lot to me.
I bet. God.
Anyway, that's beside the point, obviously. So, it was different because I didn't expect the change. I mean, I heard the rumors that she could have been lying, like Rachel, obviously, and then all of a sudden, because it was true, Jenna ended up getting ended up being the replacement. I really don't know much about her, so it's like
it's easier to have an athlete that you know nothing about, so that way when we actually have to call a match.
Now we know.
My apologies, it's the Pepsi. I mean, trying to make its way out. It's going to be something that we're going to have to look through footage now. We're going to have to look through her independent career in order to get an idea of who she is.
Yeah, no kidding.
So if nobody knows what we have to do with athletes that are coming in, we have to go through a lot of footage. Like almost a good 100 hours of footage.
It's really intensive.
Yeah, it's also...
which we have to do this weekend.
It's tedious. Put it that way. It's tedious.
Do it this weekend.
Like right before the event. Too.
Yeah, like literally. So I'll crack down on a good. What would you say? You want me to?
We have to fly out tomorrow. I realize we picked a horrible time to do this podcast.
Yeah, but we can watch all that footage when we need to on the rides.
Anyway, yeah. But anyway, so
hey, if we work together, we'll have like 99 or 33 minutes each to watch a bunch of footage. So
hopefully. Anyway, that's beside the point. So obviously, guys, it was great. You know,
it's gonna be
all of a sudden, I'm picking the wild card. I'll see what. I'm probably going to be wrong, but who knows? Maybe I won't be. Maybe I won't be. I don't really know much about her in-ring wise.
So we'll see what happens.
Continuing, we go on to talk about the next match on the card, the final match, the main event of the evening of that show, which will be Michael X versus Brandon Curtis. Ooh, man.
So
two of the best technical wrestlers.
So I'm going to have to do an NFL coin toss because I have no idea. Because it's two really well-defined ring technicians on top of being speedsters.
Just well-rounded. They're well-rounded wrestlers.
Oh my! I'm with Nathan. This is just going to be a match I'm just going to watch and enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We should just turn off the mics and just watch.
Well, no, because we have a job to do.
I know, but still, it's like one of those things that you just want to see what happens.
It's gonna be insane.
I hope that we all agree. Like for a couple seconds, we're not gonna say much. We're gonna just be stunned at what's happening.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
We'll see. Probably be more than a couple seconds.
But again, it's the Thunderstruck versus the Execution Bomb, which is the better finisher.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
But the Execution Bomb,
once it hits, it's devastating. Well, but. We gotta remember what he did to Eddie with the Thunderstruck. We gotta remember what he's done to Matt Harrington multiple times, hitting that thing out of freaking nowhere. I think about like maybe 3 or 4
occasions. Why don't you ask James Archangel about the Execution Bomb?
Yes.
Why don't you ask what happened with Victor Sagat with the Execution Bomb?
Yes. You're both talking about the finishers. The mark of a good finisher is one that you can do to any opponent at any time from any angle. Michael X and Brandon Curtis may have the two best finishers in WIW.
They have the best catch moves out there.
Yes, absolutely agreed.
If they can get the grip on one or the other, it's game over, man.
Pretty much.
We'll see.
Yes, we will.
This is definitely a coin toss match. This is something to check out because this is what. Here's the question: what wins? A raging fire in a forest, or the lightning bolt that caused the flame to happen? There's the real question. What will snuff the other one out?
We'll see. We'll definitely see.
And it will be a hell of a match.
That's for sure. I can't wait.
Will the thunderstorm be able to quench hell flames? That's what we need to ask.
We'll see. That's a good point. Like the line, by the way.
There you go.
That was a damn good line.
You can put that on a poster.
You're a bunch of fucking marks. Anyway.
You're just sucking the athlete's knob. What are you faggots doing? Sucking dick?
Anyway, moving right along.
Yeah, seriously.
Stop sniffing their asses. Jesus Christ.
We go on to talk about, obviously,
Episode 2 of the quarterfinals.
Yep. Which is going to be, oh man, this lineup.
This is a hell of a lineup.
Number 1, John Robinson versus John Gray. We already talked about that. After that, we have
Mark Young versus Kyle Weaver.
Oh God, I don't know.
No, that's the main. That's the main event. Now, before we talk about that, actually, let's talk about this first because I want to save the bullshit for last. Okay. Shawn Maverick versus Taka, baby. We just talked about it a little bit.
Okay.
Time to go in depth.
Okay. Let's go in depth really quick. Strong American style groundwork.
Japanese strong style.
It's
high flying.
It's American entertainer. No, it's American juggernaut versus a slow Japanese koi pond. It's something that's rhythmic and takes its time next to a fucking tank going through a building.
Yeah.
Which is loud and barbaric.
We have the stuff of Japanese legend versus the pinnacle of American brutality.
We're about to watch World War II happen in that ring.
I know we said
East
that
versus West on this one.
Yeah, I know we said that about Zach Kurosaki versus him, but
this is
definitely going to top that. No disrespect to Zach,
but
Taka's just on another level.
Taka's on a brand new level.
Ever since coming to WYW, man, he's been
en fuego, man.
It's been unreal. He's gone the distance with every person he's fought. One of the best matches to this day will forever be him versus Chris Foster, and a lot of people talk about that match to this day. It's a classic. It's a classic in WYW history.
And rightly so.
Then right after that, after getting beaten down, right after that match,
went back and fought another guy with all of his injuries still.
Yeah, and slapped him. Wanted him at his best. He got his fair share.
Definitely got him.
Now,
and he won. He has so much heart. He wants this so bad. He wants that title.
Yes.
There's something driving Taka Michinoku, and I've seen a lot of his matches. I've seen him winning.
You're forgetting something very important here.
Before you continue, because I want to before I lose my point here. I've seen Taka. I've seen him hold that light heavyweight championship back in the WWF. I've seen him hold numerous times. He's held the a bunch of titles all over Japan. I don't think I've ever seen him more driven.
No. He's not driven. Back in his light heavyweight days, he was driven. This is a man possessed that we're dealing with here.
But
it's ridiculous.
He's dealing with something that's out of his fucking league right now. If you guys want me to go in depth,
please.
Okay, let's think about this. His first match he was in, he was not the one that got pinned. His second match he was in was one of the highest matches we have ever seen when it comes to brutality.
And that, of course, was against Brandon Curtis.
In the I Quit match, where he took a man jumping from the top of the Titantron, got up, and won the fucking match. We have seen him launch a ladder 15 feet into the air.
Using someone's face.
He is the first ever big man to be in a ladder match, a 6-man ladder match, and held his own. He has taken so many finishing moves and has got right back up later.
And has gone, I'm going to kick out now.
Yep.
I'm getting really tired of your bull here. I'm going to kick out now.
See, the last time I saw anybody do that was Taz, and Taz is no Sean Maverick as far as height and strength and just he's scary.
And Taz is no pushover himself.
Yeah, but it's just Sean Maverick is he's in a whole other stratosphere.
He's never faced the guy his size that can move as fast as Sean can. Sean has speed, and when he shows it, you better move the hell out of the way, because you're not dealing with a man, you are dealing with an unstoppable juggernaut. Because when he starts going, he has to stop himself in order for you to get the win.
Taka may be a man possessed. I think Sean Maverick might be the crucifix.
No, Sean is, and always shall be, a war bringer. This is the equivalent of a god of war. This man is ready for destruction and chaos.
Absolutely. And I will say, Sean, whatever we get out of this,
it is experience versus raw human power.
It's gonna be insane to see what happens in this match.
To watch.
So, yeah, talk about freaking lineup. But who do you guys got? So you got Sean Maverick.
I hate to say it, but thinking about it, it's so I don't even know. It's so friggin' even.
I'm gonna go with Taka.
To a point where it's experience versus raw natural strength, speed versus absolute durability.
We'll see.
We're gonna see.
We're gonna see. I'll go with Taka. What about you, Casey?
It's too close to call for me.
So you're this is another match you're gonna skip. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see what Taka does.
I have to put my money down on Sean, just because of the fact as soon we all have seen it, as soon as he pops the Titan punch, a payload nails you in the face. And when that hits, we have seen him hit a guy so hard from the turnbuckle that he hit the friggin' center of the ring with so much momentum. He hits hard. And remember, that's one punch. That's all of his power going into one hit. He has a whole match to use all of his strength into one massive blow. And if he hits it, oh man, nobody is able to win a match after that point. Nobody's been able to walk away from that hit. Ever.
Mm-hmm. We're ready for the Clash of the Titans, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no question about it.
You are dealing with a Norse god, pretty much, versus
a Shinto god.
Yeah. No question.
This is
we're gonna see what happens when a kaiju meets Godzilla.
Godzilla is a kaiju.
Fuck.
When a kaiju,
I really tried, man.
When a kaiju,
Rodan. I should have said Rodan. I don't fucking know.
Let me explain.
I tried.
This is the equivalent.
I think I meant to say
the
Rodan.
Jaeger fighting Godzilla.
There we go.
This is a giant robot of a man fighting a natural beast.
So Pacific Rim?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Except better. Anyway.
In any case, let's keep going. What is the next match after that?
The next match after that is the women's match. It will be Deanna Tommaso taking on Lizzie Gray, taking on Rebecca Rose. So I'll explain these women. So Deanna, as we will, I don't know if anyone else knows this, but is engaged to Victor Sagat. So that means she's got a lot of MMA training. That's going to be scary.
So you're dealing with a natural MMA fighter versus two mixed wrestlers. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a lot of knees getting thrown.
I'll talk about Lizzie Gray, former soccer player. She ended up having cerebral palsy, had to retire, and worked her ass off just to get out of that predicament to be here. And now she's walking like nothing happened. So
we'll say,
wow! That's an inspiring story.
I gotta give props to her just for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Rebecca Rose,
holy crap!
Whose backstory, honestly,
she's the suplex queen.
Yes.
You want a suplex queen? Look up. You'll see Rebecca Rose if you haven't looked her up already. She knows all different styles of suplex: fisherman, capture, German. Regular, any kind of even super. She has so many variations of superplexes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens.
And she's also very technical. She's not just limited to suplexes
This
either.
is definitely a women's match that honestly none of us. We're all going to have different answers.
Absolutely,
all three of us are going to have different answers.
I think.
So we're not even going to call it because it's three athletes in a ring. It's not two. We can have a breaking tie with somebody because we're all going to say different people.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to pick Deanna. I gotta pick Deanna because
pick Rebecca.
And I gotta go with Lizzie.
See? It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, so there you go. There's our bets, guys. Play some now. Play some now, right here. Freaking Mean Gene Uncle.
Give me your
it's like the money. Make sure you check the WYW hotline.
It's like the old Freddie, whatever the hell his name is. Don't you dare miss it. Be there.
Freddie Blassie?
No. Some other guy. Some other guy. Paul Heyman mentioned him a while back.
I know too much about it.
What's after that? What is after that?
Oh boy, here we go.
Bullshit.
Mark Young versus
now
Kyle Weaver. Please, Kyle! I said it before. Please, God damn it, put this motherfucker away in hell.
Now, hold on.
Please.
Stop the presses real quick.
I'm not stopping nothing.
We gave Taka and we gave Sean the time. Let's go over a couple things. Mark is a master strategist. He has taken somebody's offense and used it against them very quickly. Showed it against Jason, and he's been able to outpace anybody else in the ring right now.
Yeah, two guys are now in the hospital now.
It is cheating, and I won't deny he is a scummy human. But he is smart enough to know how to use somebody against themselves. Kyle is natural talent. He is the fastest athlete in WIW history. He is the fastest friggin' speedster that we could ever use in the company. He's all over the friggin' place. He could be on one side of the ring, he'll be at the other in a couple seconds.
If that.
It's going to be nuts.
And he's a resilient son of a bitch.
Again, you are dealing with somebody with a tactical mindset that will find a gap in your defense. He will find a way to turn your offense into your awful defense.
Going with hard. I think Kyle's winning.
I want Kyle to win, but here's the problem. I don't know what Mark has up his sleeve, so I'm not going to make a pick this time Because every single time I try to pick against the kid, he always fucking wins.
I'm sticking with Kyle. Listen, if Kyle eliminated Corey, who beat Mark, I'm seeing...
Yeah, but we don't... Dude, here's the episode.
Look, I don't know how much he could do. I mean, he's got a lot riding against him. I think he's used every trick to his advantage. I don't think he has any. I really don't think he has any. See, here's the thing about Kyle. Kyle is not like Jason. Jason had revenge, just like Kyle did, but the difference is Jason was way too brazen about it, like you said. And
Jason had way too much.
Even though I didn't think he had a game plan, I could see where you say, well, he found an opening and used it against him. He DDT'd him into the barricade.
No, but here's the end result. He used his mindset against him.
Yes.
He made sure that he attacked him with his head as much as possible.
And Jason's in the hospital because of it, especially after that young bomb into the steps.
And he still has that goddamn concussion.
So
it's to a point where you have to say, Mark might be one of the smartest strategists in the company.
Here's the difference, though.
I hate the kid, but I'll admit when he has a strength.
Here's the difference, though. With Kyle, he may be full of revenge, but he's also very smart as well. He's a very smart individual. This kid ain't Jason.
He won
this
two
kid
matches.
doesn't. This kid. I'm not saying the kid's dumb, but he's not as smart as Kyle is. Kyle has way more of a ring IQ. Kyle has way more of an outside ring IQ. He knows his surroundings.
Let's take a look at their victories then, really quick. Kyle has been in a triple threat Fatal from Hell match and has won that. Mark has been against Michael X, one of the strongest competitors that we have, and has beaten him. Yes, cheating, but still beat him.
He tore his leg apart.
Yes. And then Kyle has beaten Owen, somebody who's almost equivalent in speed, and has beaten him. Mark, yes, with an interference, but knew the time he needed that interference to come in and help him, was able to still win his match. I know, I have to list it off. I know, it sucks, I hate the kid. I hate him more than anybody else on the planet.
Here's the thing, if Kyle can beat Kyle beat Corey.
He beat
and
Corey.
Mark did not beat Corey,
but Mark beat Jason, and Kyle has not beat Jason.
Jason ain't a Corey, though.
No, he isn't, but remember, Kyle has not beaten Jason. Mark has not beaten Corey, and Kyle has not beaten Jason. Remember that.
I'm gonna still go with Kyle.
I'm not saying you have no right to choose who you choose, but I'm saying if you're gonna look at the grand scope of who will win this match.
I'm looking at the grand scope. I think Mark Young's I think Kyle has his number here.
Yes, he does. He definitely he knows. He's been able to take a look at this tournament from a different angle and see many different possible ways to beat him. But Mark can do the exact same friggin' thing. We have no idea. That's why I'm not even going to make a bet. I'm not putting any money in on this one. I'm going to just watch what happens. This is the one time I'm going to just sit there and go, yep, this is what's going to happen. Just watch.
I think I'm going to do the same because I can't bring myself to pick Mark Young.
I can't pick him, but I will admit when he has a strength. I'll admit any athlete. I'll admit Corey. Yes, he is a big piece of shit after what he did. But he has such fucking raw, natural talent. It's terrifying. If he was a face, it would be a completely different story. He would be one of the best faces in the company. But the fact that he has such an egotistical personality that I can never see, him switching sides is very hard. Unless something got him over to the side.
As far as I'm concerned, and take this soundbite and take it to the back before we go on break. All right, and when we come back, by the way, we're gonna talk about apparently there's some news backstage, and there's also stuff going on at Gold Rush. Obviously, we're gonna get into the match formulas there for the women's tournament and the men's tournament, respectively, and what matches they will be competing in for the semifinals. But
we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll be back, and I want this taken, okay? Mark Young, Little Andre, Brett Mention, and Corey Dangerous, Maggie Daddy Men. As far as I'm concerned, you could all fuck off. We'll be right back.
One of the most underrated metal bands to date, Mutiny Within, brings to you their album, Synchronicity. featuring their biggest hit off the album, Machines. Other tracks on this album include Lights, In My Veins, Balance, and the WYW Round 2 official theme songs, Falls to Pieces, and In a Moment. Download the full album now on iTunes and on Spotify. Mutiny Within Synchronicity.
Proudly sponsored by Weymouth Youth Wrestling.
This is a public service announcement by Radio Massasoit. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Texting on your phone while you're driving. You don't think there's anything bad that could come about it? Huh, it's just a simple text, right, that you're sending out to a friend? Well, what happens if you hear this? That's you in a car crash. And pretty soon, you're going to be leaving behind your family, friends, and loved ones. Next time when you're on your way to school, wait until you're off the road to text someone. This public service announcement about texting and driving was brought to you by Radio Massasoit, where success starts here.
Time does not wait. We're standing alone in the darkness. The hour has turned to nothing.
And welcome back to the podcast. Now we move on to our main event. We have some announcements to make regarding Gold Rush.
So, with that being said, from what I understand, Jim Cornette and Markiplier have signed off on 2 different stipulations. One is for the men and the other is for the women. So the women will be competing in Full Metal Mayhem, which is the basically TLC. So tables, ladders, and chairs all legal. All weapons are legal. Anything pretty much is legal, but you have to climb up a ladder to retrieve the briefcase, and inside those briefcases is a contract for the first ever Athena Championship tournament match, which will also be contested in the same stipulation, Full Metal Mayhem. So that is going to be the stipulation for that.
The contracts are primarily just to move up in the tournament.
Yes.
Right.
To sign off for them to continue.
Yes, and the contract signing as well will take place on this very podcast. So I want everyone to stay tuned for that. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, because you're not going to want to miss this.
And
as far
males.
For the males?
Oh, fuck.
Cell block. If people remember.
Allow me, because this is my favorite match type that has ever been invented.
Thank you, John Gray.
John Gray has invented a stipulation match, which is, it's a steel cage. Rule is you cannot escape. You have 4 walls to lock yourself in. Trying to climb it, yes. As soon as you try to escape, you are eliminated.
Yep.
So either pinfall and or submission. So there's no running. As soon as you're in that ring, you're in that fucking ring.
It's basically war games, but
one ring, 2 athletes. Let's see who wins.
Yeah.
And the end result is he has been in one of those style of matches. John Gray.
Yeah, John Gray has
him and Little Andre went
the fuck out of each other, man. Well, I mean, that's
now,
I in fairness, and I hate the prick now, but I would be like that too if my friend was run over by a monster truck. I'd be pissed too. But hey, at least John won, so
the stipulation,
I'm happy.
however, for this is because we've had those fights in the back. The match can only begin in the ring. Both athletes must be in the ring at the start, because oh God, we are not having another John Ray and Little Andre fight from the fucking backstage.
From backstage? Weren't they in the parking lot?
They started in the parking lot. They started in the parking lot, made their way to the ringside.
Yes. And fought all the way from...
into the cage, basically. And then literally they had to wait for him to get up to even ring the bell.
And then he tried to jam his head while the cage was
the cage was coming down. Right. This is why I said we almost got a lawsuit because of your ass. Because not only was he trying to commit murder, he almost committed attempted murder. At this point, it is attempted murder on Mark Young. But then he almost attempted murder on Little Andre.
What can I say? I know a very good convict.
Yeah. He's not a... Well, now he was. He wasn't before. He was trying to clean his life up, you dick.
Yeah, but here's the end result. When you have friends and you see your friend get hurt, yeah, you better run when the guy is a psychotic nut job who went to maximum security penitentiary for 5 years. But that's a different story for a different day. But this match is going to be friggin' scary.
Yeah.
And here's the end result. If it's Kyle, he's got to go up against either Taka or Sean Maverick.
Oh, boy.
If it's Mark, he's got to go up against Taka or Sean Maverick.
And there's no way he's getting past either one of them.
If it's Brandon Curtis, he's got to go up against James Archangel and... Oh, my God, I'm blanking really
Brett
hard.
Mention.
Brett Mention. No one likes him.
My bad. Or
No,
it's
not
Michael
your bad.
X, and he's got to go up against James Archangel or Brett Mention. So it's this whole thing of whoever wins is going to face somebody either that they like a lot or they fucking hate. It's the end result. So we don't even know. We could have this go 100 different ways. The women are going to have to deal with their own thing at the end of the day. But this male competition is locked in a cell. There's no escape. Their weapon is around them. Not in the ring, their weapon is the fucking ring.
And we'll have a table for the whole match. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Except for the women's part.
Yeah. The men get locked in a cell, the women get to roam around Home Depot.
What's scarier? Let me ask you this question. What's scarier, 2 dogs free roaming or 2 dogs locked in a cage to fight to the death?
This
is not going to...
I'll tell you which one I don't like personally. The one where they're roaming around the Home Depot, because our table is probably going to take a brunt of the impact.
Oh, thank you, senor.
I hate it.
It's my job now.
But it's okay.
But
as long as I don't get knocked out again.
Let me ask
you probably will.
Let me ask you this, Casey.
I'm wearing a helmet. Fuck it.
Yes, please wear a helmet.
I'm just, you know what, Nathan? We're just gonna you know what we're gonna do since we're like a big crew?
I'll buy you a bicycle helmet. I'll buy something.
No. We're gonna get like NASCAR helmets, and we're gonna have it like we're gonna attach the mouthpiece of like the NASCAR helmet, the headset inside. That's what we're doing. Fuck it.
To my head.
Oh God.
Because
here's
at this point,
here's the end result, and I hope you guys agree with me. We are not going to watch a wrestling match when it comes to that cage coming down.
What? No, it's not a wrestling match. It's a death match.
Yeah, it is.
It's a gladiatorial fight.
Yep.
We are watching gladiators at this point because they have their hands. They're gonna beat the hell out of each other. Now let's go over a couple of possibilities. If it's Michael X and James Archangel, best friends fighting each other.
Oh.
If it's Michael X and Brett Mention, you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
If it's Brandon and James, oh God. And if it's Brandon and Brett, oh fuck.
We'll see.
If it's Mark and Sean, Mark better fucking run.
Yeah.
If it's Mark and Taka, Mark fucking better run. If it's Kyle and Sean, that is a match I've wanted to see for a long goddamn time.
And what about Kyle versus Taka?
Kyle versus Taka, it's Kai and Tai in WIW.
It's gonna be ridiculous, man.
It's gonna be ridiculous no matter which way we go.
Speaking of which, can we talk about the backstage heat Mark Young and Sean Maverick have? Oh boy.
Oh man, there were some words spouted, but the end result is this: even if this man moves forward in the tournament, you know Sean will find a way to get at him, no matter What?
Yeah, there's no escape for Mark if he advances. I'll tell you that right now.
Dude, he's
and honestly,
he's got a 6'4", almost 300-pounder coming.
Actually, you know what? I would like Kyle to win, so I'm pulling for him still.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm happy because you know what?
Mark Young's gonna get fucked
in the cage, and I'm happy about that. So,
as I said before,
well, not like that, but he'll be destroyed.
As I said before,
very happy.
You can't stop Sean.
You can't stop Taka. So, yay!
You would need.
Either way, he's screwed.
You're gonna need something that's not even human.
Either way,
these two bastards.
Either way, he's gonna be eliminated by Sean, Taka, or Kyle, and I don't care who it is. Just eliminate the guy. I'll be happy. I hope it's Kyle though, because I truly do.
Well,
I really hope he becomes the first champion.
Kid Dynamite would make a fantastic champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another podcast of Weymouth Youth Wrestling.
We hope you enjoyed,
and we hope that you have a very good afternoon, good evening, and/or good night.
Depends on what time it is.
And a good drink, because God knows we could use them.
To gin!
To Pepsi!
To stuff!
That goes down smooth. Well, you all have a very good afternoon, good evening, and/or good night.
You want to close?
Farrar?
Oh yeah, and I'm Mr. Simon Jonathan Caterer.
And I am the Wrestling Encyclopedia, Casey Gallagher. Signing off. Great to be back. Thanks for tuning in. Don't miss the quarterfinals.
Time to